Alright, hello everyone. Welcome to the Homebrew Project. Thank you for joining and thank you for taking the time to volunteer to help make these masks. So today I'm going to make a tutorial on how to properly 3D print the masks to make a great product that's going to work and be comfortable for those whom are wearing them. Now, a little bit about me. I am a mechanical and aerospace engineer. I've been doing this for a while. And so I'm just trying to make it easier for new beginners. Okay, first thing, let's talk about the mask. There are 3 different masks that I recommend. This is the first one, the COVID-19 mask version 2. Now, originally there was a version 1, and it was very similar to what you're looking at. And I want to show you what it looks like. So, we have the STL files online for you guys to download the original version if this one is more comfortable for you or for the people you're working with. 3-piece system. So we've got the grid in the back, the actual mask apparatus, and then this cover. The filter material goes in here. It takes about 3 hours to print because this is a little bit wider walled. It's thicker material. So I like this one because it's comfortable for my face. However, I've talked to doctors and nurses who prefer this one because it's more comfortable for them, and it only takes 1 to 2 hours to print with no supports. The other mask requires no supports as well. So the second mask I recommend is the Billings mask, and we're going to provide the links for these. This is a doctor from Billings, Montana who created this mask. He's using actual N95 masks cut up, and he sticks them here. Now, the beauty of this is N95 masks have a covering on the back that helps protect against droplets. I would still wear a face shield with any 3 of these masks. No matter what mask a doctor or nurse is wearing, they should always wear a face shield at this time to give extra protection. This one prints fast. This is a little bit thinner body, and it's comfortable. A third option is Thing 4228729. The face mask with cotton pad filter, except use the actual MERV 13 or higher 3M Filtrate filters for the filter in here. This prints a little bit faster. I think they can print this in an hour and a half, and it's a 2-piece system. So the filter just goes right in there, and you click it down and it works great. These 3 are the 3 that I recommend. This seems to be the most popular, and this is what everyone seems to be going to. So I'm going to focus my attention on this one. And sorry if my mouse keeps going in circles. That's just, I can't use my hands, and I'm a very expressive person. So I have to express my passion some other way. And that's by me twirling the mouse. Okay. Alright. Going back. I have loaded the 3 files that you will need from version 2. Once you download COVID-19 version 2, it's going to list all of these files. Do not print the thin body. They do not work. They just fall apart too quickly. So I'm printing mask body large, wide, the standard connector, and the standard cap. So they are all loaded in my slicer. I'm using IdeaMaker because that's the one I've been using. It's free, and it's really awesome. I prefer it over any other free slicer out there. That's just my opinion. Okay, go ahead and open up your print settings. We want first layer height to be 0.32 millimeters. Shells, we want 2. First layer height, we want it to match our actual layer height. Flow rate, 100%. Everything else, I have my layer start point on fixed, and I'm going to place my seam on reflex or convex corner. That way it hides the start points on corners rather than just randomly placing them somewhere. The extruder, I'm always using extrusion width of 0.5 millimeters. I'm using a stock 0.4 millimeter nozzle. Okay. Infill, let's bump this up to 15. No support, platform edition, skirt only, 3 skirt loop lines. That's just to prime the nozzle. Cooling, let's bump this up to 15 seconds. This means that it's going to slow down the speed to at least 15 to allow one layer to be finished in 15 seconds so that proper cooling takes place. Temperature for version 2, only for this mask, for version 2 of this mask, not for the Billings or the other mask, the cotton mask, or the version 1, will you change the temperature. You can keep that between 205 and 210, but for this specific mask, 225. If you don't, you're going to have terrible adhesion between the filament and it's just going to fall apart. Speed. Default printing speed, I always do 75. Inner and outer shell, both at 45. First layer speed, that infill speed, I'm going to kick that down to 60. Top and bottom layers at 50. Speaking of that, let's go to infill again. Bottom solid layers, we want 2 top, 2 bottom. That is it. Okay. Everything else looks good. Don't need to worry about any of this. Okay. Don't need to worry about acceleration or anything like that. But ooze, we want to keep a void retraction inside of models. We need this because if you don't, inside of, I can't close it, but I'll show you here in a minute. This prevents a lot of extra retraction that could damage a Bowden style extruder motor and extrusion system. If you keep having too much retraction, it just causes more jams. Okay. Now other, we want gap filling. We want to fill gaps in shells. That's very important. And G-code, nothing you need to do here. So I'm going to hit OK. I'm going to hit slice. Okay. Alright. Slice and preview. It's going to take 2 hours, 2 minutes, 21 seconds, 34.9 grams of material. So a lot faster than the other mask. Alright. So what I want to show you is I'm going to turn on show retractions. I'm going to just move this down a little bit. But see this yellow, too far. This yellow center line right here, this fill. If we wouldn't have turned on gap fill in shells, this would all be hollow. And that is bad. We don't want that. Okay. Now the reason why we put avoid retractions on the inside of model, let's go to right here. And let's go too high. Right there. So show retractions, see where these little X's are? That's where all your retraction movements are happening on this particular one. If we take off avoid retraction on the inside of model, it's at least tripled for the retraction movements in this portion, which is havoc on a Bowden style. So that's how you want to set up your print settings. Make sure your temperature is 225 because of how thin this is. If you don't, it will separate right here when you try to put it together. It's happened to me at least 5 times until I raised the temperature to 225, and then it seemed to work better. And now if you're having issues with this mask and you're just like, I hate this mask, switch to version 1 of the mask, and it's going to take an hour longer, but if you got to do what you got to do. Or the Billings mask or the cotton mask, they print fast as well, and they're comfortable and they're easy to use, so you have options. Anyways, that is the print settings that I use for these masks and how I set everything up. Now usually the last thing I do is I'm just going to make 2 more. Okay, usually what I do is where these are, I flip this 180 degrees and put the nose piece in here, and then I copy and move these down here, and I just print 3 at a time. So arrange it the way that's best for you guys to print 3 at a time. So Anyways, good luck printing these, and thank you for your efforts, and hope to talk to you guys again.